Google Merchant Center Setup Tutorial. In this video, we're going to be talking about Google Merchant Center and how you're going to set this up for yourself in the easiest and most simplest way. Now, the Merchant Center is very important when it comes to your Google basic ad shippings. It's also very important when it comes to, setting up products, setting up your shop on your maps, and how you're actually going to get through to customers, how you're going to drive your sales, grow your revenue. Now, I'm also going to be associating Google Shopping ads with this because Merchant Center is directly affiliated with shopping ads, in my opinion, and showing off your products is the same as using Merchant Center. So I'm going to merge both of them together. I'm going to be going through with my WordPress store and showing you how to do it. So let's get straight into this video. So the first things you guys want to do is you're going to head over to ads.google.com. Okay, so I'm going to come over to ads.google.com over here. Okay, you're going to make sure to delete most of it, and we're going to write ads.google.com. So here we have ads.google.com. We're going to come straight into this, and we're going to come here. Now you're going to either sign into your account if you already have a Google Ad account, or you can click on Start Now, okay? So if we click on Start Now over here, what happens is that it takes us to the Google Ads section, okay? Now in the Google Ads section, it's gonna take us through with the actual campaign building, etc. And you're gonna actually ask it to, create proper ads and pages with your campaigns for you, okay? And what happens is it's going to ask you to reactivate your account generally, because most of the time it is not activated. Now, my account is activated from here. And once you've signed into your ads account, it's very easy to do. Just, follow some steps that it gives you. And once you've done all of that, it's going to bring you to the proper Google Ads interface. Okay. Now, just so you know, basically every interface bit that you have in your Google Ads, it may look a little different because, it's not because yours could be outdated. Google is constantly basically split testing different interfaces for different people. So if yours looks a little bit different from mine, don't freak out. It's going to work pretty much the same. Okay. So for example, let's say I have these elements on the left-hand side. You might have them in the top right section. Okay. So just like this, the main tools are the same, but they may be in different locations. Okay, so don't be startled. So just like this, we're going to go ahead and create a shopping campaign. And before we do that, we actually need to create a Google Merchant Center account with Google Ads. So to do so, what you're going to do is you're going to go over to your tools. And once you go over to your tools, you're going to see a whole, section of different things working around with each other. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to come to your tools, and in your tools, you're going to make sure to find in your Merchant Center. Now, your Merchant Center is generally going to be right here in Business Data, but you can also search them up over here. So if we come over to our Google Ads section, you simply go ahead and search up for your Merchant Center. And once you search up for your Merchant Center, it should generally allow you to easily go ahead and get Google for Retail. You can also simply search it up over here by writing Google for Merchant. Okay. Now, once you do that, here it brings you to promote your business from Merchant Center. So here it says show your business, drive your sales, etc. I'm going to click on Start Now. And once we click on Start Now, it's going to bring us to the actual Merchant Center setup. Now, I'm already set it up with my Merchant Center. Okay, I've added, proper store websites, proper connections, and what I am going to be needing for this. So, once we have all the necessary details, and once you've added all the main, settings that you're going to want to add in your Merchant Center, all of the things are going to appear just like this in your dashboard. So you have overview, notifications, products, shipping, returns, business info, store quality, free listings, ad campaigns, etc. So just like this, things go on, and you can add different things to your business address accordingly as well. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and add our business address, because adding your business address for, your merchant or your store is extremely important for your actual Google Ads, because whatever address you add, accordingly to that, it's going to show those ads in those regions. So let's say if my address is Los Angeles, okay, then it's going to show the actual product that I'm portraying on Google Shopping to the people that are living in Los Angeles, not to the people that live in Cambodia. Okay. So just because of those reasons, you're going to add the correct business address for yourself. So once you've added this, what you're going to do is you're going to click on continue. And once you click on continue, now we have a proper business address. Then you're also going to make sure to verify your phone number, confirm that the online store is of your business, add the details for your products, and add the actual products that you're going to want to. Now, this is basically the main section. This is where you're going to want to add the main thing. So first of all, we're going to add or remove our countries. Okay, so I'm going to go with all countries. Let's keep it on all. Then we're going to click on continue. Then once you do that, here it's going to ask you to add the product source. So you can either add products from a file, use a Google Sheets template, or add the products one by one, or add products using API. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my products one by one. I'd much more prefer that. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on continue. And once you click on continue over here, it brings us to product details. So let's say I'm going to call this black hoodie. Okay. Once we've added that, then it asks for the title. I'm just going to call this hoodie from here. Brand, obviously you're going to choose the actual brand you're going to want to add, because adding the brand is really important. So let's say I'm going to go with let's go with Funk Apparel. Okay. So once you do that, you're also going to add the description for this product. Now, adding a description is really important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask AI. So I'm going to go ahead and write me a, let's say, product description for a black hoodie. Okay. You're going to write that in and you're going to click on enter. And as you can see, it goes ahead and writes all the details that you're going to need for your product. Okay. And just as so, you can add any description that you want. Okay, so I'm simply going to write this. You can write it up to 5,000 words as well, which is pretty incredible. So once you have done that, you're going to start dragging and dropping your images. You can drag and drop up to 4 images for yourself, which is, in my opinion, pretty incredible that it gives us this much, flexibility. So I'm going to find the actual image that I want. So I'm going to add these images. Okay. And once we choose our image, we're going to go ahead and, upload it. And once it gets uploaded accordingly and, properly, we can simply go ahead and click on add from there. Now, in the case that it gives you invalid dimensions, you're going to make sure to pixelate your picture a bit down, because in some cases, it might not take high pixelated or high resolution photos. Okay. So in that case, what you're going to be doing is you're going to make sure that the dimensions are down. Now, obviously, the dimensions for my images are quite high, so they might not work accordingly. So I'm going to add an image that is generally lower than the other recurring images. So once you've added the correct dimensions, it's going to load the actual products up properly. And once the products are loaded in, perfectly and normally, what you're going to do is you're going to click on add, and there we go. So now it adds an image. Now it says, what is your product type? So I'm going to go with clothing. Okay. Then once you've added your product type, okay, you can add in more things if you want. Condition, let's go with new. Okay. Then we have the price. So I'm going to go with 44.99. Then once you go ahead with that, here it's going to ask you your currency. Then we have availability in stock as well. So I'm going to go with in stock. Sales price, let's go with 38.99. Okay. Select a date range. Let's say I'm going to go from the 17th to the 26th. So this is the sales range. Then we have product identifiers like its ID or SKU code. So if you want to keep it an auto-assigned ID, I'm going to keep it empty. Okay. So, just so it says auto-assigned. Now, once we do that, we're going to move further down where you're going to choose the countries. Then we have marketing methods. Okay. So currently the marketing methods are only free listings, but you can go ahead with the other recurring marketing methods as well. Then we have different labels. Okay, labels are not visible to your customers, okay, but they're a good way of SEO. So I'm gonna call it cotton, and just like that, you're gonna add as many labels you want. Then we have apparel product details. Then you can go with additional product details as well. You can go on and on with it. But once you've done that, you're gonna click on save, and this basically saves your first product. Okay, so now we have our first product. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move out of it. And once we move out of it, what you're going to do now is you're going to verify your website's ownership, because that's the most important part. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on confirm, and you're going to go ahead and add the actual store, you could say URL or whatever business email that you have in this place. And once you've added it over here, you're going to choose the different methods to verify. So you can get a code sent to your business email, use your e-commerce platform, add an HTML tag, or use your Google Tag Manager. Okay. So accordingly, like this, you can add how you want to verify it. So again, it's pretty simple and straightforward stuff to work with, and it helps you out a lot when you're working with the, different stores like these. Now, the verification also works pretty incredibly. So, just make sure to verify it accordingly, however you want. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and here's the URL for my WordPress store. Now, it says either get a code sent to your business email, use your e-commerce platform, use an HTML tag, or use your Google Tag Manager. I'm going to go with use your e-commerce platform. Once we go with use your e-commerce platform, I'm going to go with WordPress or WooCommerce. And now it says copy the HTML tag generated for your online store. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go on my site, tools, marketing, and then you're going to go into traffic. So I'm going to copy this to my clipboard, and we're going to move over to our WordPress. Okay. Now in our WordPress, I'm simply going to wait for this to load up. And once this properly loads up for me, we are going to come to this section. Now it says what you're going to want to do is you're going to go into your site's settings. Okay. So here we have my site. Okay. And you can see the different stats that it gives you for your site. So here, once you come in this section, it's going to open up your site for you. And then you can also go into your stats section. But generally what it wants is it's going to take us to the site verification services. Okay. Now, once you go to your WordPress account, go to your site. Here, you're going to find the tools section. Now, generally, your tools are going to be right under here. And from here, you're going to go over to marketing. Now, once you go over to your marketing tools, you're going to go over to traffic. And once you go over to traffic, it says scroll down to the site verification services section. So here are the site verification services. Now, once we're in the site verification services, what you're going to do is you're going to paste this meta tag and click on save. So I'm going to come here, paste the meta tag that they gave us. I'm going to click on save settings. And once these settings are saved, what you're going to do is you're going to click on verify your online e-commerce store. So obviously my settings are done and good to go, and here you go. Now our website is verified and it is claimed. So what it's going to do from here is once we have confirmed the online store of your business, it's going to basically let us know that everything is good to go. I'm going to click on continue, and now we can come to this section. So all the verification is done. Everything is good to go. So what are you going to do from here? You're also going to add different shipping information. Okay, shipping information is also pretty incredibly important. And you're also going to make sure to get the attention for your product, because your product generally does need a lot of attention usually, because it gets unsupported currencies, and it gets different, you could say settings for which it could cause issues. Okay. So you're going to fix all of that. And once all of that is done, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to the ad campaign section. So once you're in the ad campaign section, you're going to come here where it's going to load a section up for you. Now, once the section loads up for you here, it says get more customers and sales with your ads. So I'm going to click on get started. And once you do that, it's going to give you 3 different discrete links where you can actually link your Merchant Center to your ads account. And once you do that, you can basically allow it to take off your products that you've created. So I'm going to come over here and click on link to my ads account. And now we have this Google Ads account over here. You're going to make sure the code is similar. And yes, the code is absolutely similar. So we're going to click on link account. And once we do that, we're going to click on link. So once you followed all my steps and linked your account appropriately from here, as you can see, it says your Google Ads has been linked to your business or merchant manager. So once we have linked things appropriately and accordingly, what you're going to do from there is you are going to start campaigns for yourself. All right. So, we have, automatically linked ourselves to Google Ads. You're going to add in your billing details for your campaigns. Okay. Because adding in your billing details is really important. Okay. Now it's going to open up this billing details section over here. And, accordingly, you're going to add all the details you need. And once you've done that, you're going to click on continue. And from there, what you can do is you can start creating your campaign for your products. Okay. So you can choose to create campaigns either from this section, or you can also create them from this section. So let's say I'm going to click on a new campaign. And once we click on new campaign, you might have to wait 10 to 15 minutes for your apps or your spreadsheets to be updated. But generally, we're going to come over here. Now it says select a campaign type. Okay. So first of all, for that, we're going to choose our objective. So I'm going to click on sales. Then it says select campaign type. Obviously, we're going to go with shopping because that is what we need. And now it also says you are going to need to make sure that the correct products are added from your Merchant Center. So, as I said, it might take a few seconds for your products to be loaded in for your Google Ads. Okay. But when the products are done, you're going to go to Performance Max campaign. As we can see, we do have products in our data source section. They are right here. Okay. We have around 1 product that we added. So you're simply going to wait for 10 to 15 minutes, as I stated. And it shouldn't take a long time, but once that is done, you're going to click on continue. And once you click on continue, what happens from there is it brings you to your bidding. So it says, what do you want to focus on? Okay. So it could be conversion value or conversion rate. Okay. I'm going to go with conversion value. Then it says customer acquisition. Do you want it? I'm going to go with bid for new customers only. Okay. But obviously we don't have any other customers either. So, it won't run if we go with new customers. Then it says select locations to target. I'm going to go with all countries and territories. Then we have language. Obviously, you can go with all languages that you want. And once you have done all of this, what you're going to do from there is you're going to click on next. And once you click on next, here it gives you your final URL for your website, which is obviously correct. You're going to write down a description. Okay, so let's say I'm going to write down any random description for myself. Obviously, this is an AI generated step if you want to take it. I'm going to skip it basically. Then it gives me these details, which is basically your asset group and your listing groups. Okay, so this is basically how your ad or your account is going to look on your YouTube. This is how it's going to look on your Gmail, your Google search, display, discover, etc. So just like this, you can create ads. And right now it says the ad strength is pretty poor. So the final URL, let's say I'm going to go ahead and write a URL for myself right now. Okay. So once we've added this, you're also going to go ahead and add headlines. Wait, let me just go ahead and add this URL for myself. There we go. So what's going to happen from there? Add your headlines, add your details. You can generate random headlines for yourself as well, by the way. So once you've generated these things, chosen your headlines and everything, and you're going to go through all these things, you're simply going to click on next. And once you click on next, you're going to add in your budget for this campaign. So what's your daily budget? You're going to add in the money, click on next, and that is basically going to set you up with your Google campaign. So I'm going to go with this much budget. We're going to click on next. And here is the summary for our campaign. So once you go ahead and fix your, asset groups and whatever errors you have, You're going to go ahead with this, and this is how you're going to create your Google Shopping ads. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future for yourself, do let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. Till then, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and I'll be seeing all of you wonderful people in the very next video. Have a great and incredible day. Goodbye.